If this is true, I mean,
it's absolutely one of the worst things that ever happened in humanity after the Holocaust.
Of course, after the Holocaust.
Welcome to Deep Waters.
Where are you going right now?
So they crank the 5G up, and then we just all get shaken and baking microwave. I love it.
I didn't say that, you absolute moron.
There was no dinosaurs. Those were Nephilim giants from the Bible.
And Lucifer is in the Vatican?
Yes.
Oh, okay, got it.
I think space is probably like just a giant liquid. Build it up, seal the well. When it's about to collapse, release the gays.
Are you going to get the jab?
Never. Conspiracy Social Club, aka Deep Waters.
Do I sound extraordinary?
You do. I like those glasses.
Thank you, buddy.
Very handsome.
Are we recording?
We are.
Okay, great.
Oh, we're in it?
Yeah.
We're in it.
Wow.
Oh,
hey,
my.
guys, welcome to a very special episode because most likely this is the last episode in the studio.
Yeah, this is the last one in here. I'm having a baby in a couple weeks. We're probably going to take a couple weeks off here and there, but we're going to be Patreoning for sure in the interim.
And it will be much better than the last one.
Oh, the last one was...
Like, I cannot do podcasts too early. I go late. I go, you want to do one at midnight? Okay, let's go.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
man, you want to do one at 8 in the morning?
Yeah.
Okay,
And
prepare for diarrhea.
I'm the same way. Like, I need my knees sharpened and I need my elbows ready to go if I'm going to be talking to him, especially about deep shit. 8 o'clock in the morning, I'm like, the day started. I am a freaking hummingbird. And in comes Sam's one of those like mosquito things that has the electricity, and I get all singed up. Fucking sucks, dude.
Oh, it's crazy, dude.
We should
I want to say something real quick.
Let's say it real quick.
That I love Brandon Schaub. Now, he was nice enough to let us use the studio. Never charged us $1 for it. Full disclosure, I thought Brian was still using it. That's why he was letting us use it.
Yeah, and he was for a while.
Schaub never asked for $1, and that's why I love Brandon Schaub.
Yeah, Schaub has been so unbelievably sweet to us.
Yeah, 100%.
Just so sweet. He let us use the studio for free, as you mentioned. Just not weird about it at all. Just like, yeah, no problem.
Yeah,
Wouldn't
if
even
I hit the
think about
lottery,
it.
I'm going to pay you some money.
Yeah, I needed it. I saw a TV laying around for another job I was on. I was like, hey, can I have that? He was like, yeah, of course. I'm not using it. He is the nicest dude.
He is the nicest dude.
Nicest guy.
Did you zin it?
Yeah.
Nice. We're all zinned up.
Okay, so this episode almost didn't happen, and that is because LA is filled with flag it. There's too many people here, okay?
And most of them don't know how to drive.
Most of them don't know how to drive. So when you drive around the city, invariably, every day, there will be 1 to 55 car accidents.
Yeah, for sure, dude. One on the 101. If you get it on the wrong highway, everyone's life is miserable.
And can I tell you? Well, I always like to. I'm a total victim to the sunk cost fallacy when I'm in these accidents. You know,
Some cost.
sunk cost fallacy.
Sunk cost.
Sunk cost is like you're sitting at a bus stop for 20 minutes and you're like, "Is the bus coming?" And then 30 minutes go by and like, "Is the bus coming?" It's like you could get up and go to another stop, but you've been here for so long.
Yeah, you're invested.
You've sunk so much cost into this that you just wait. I do
that with chicks a lot. Back in the day.
Totally.
I
do it with chicks
too. Am I even
dude.
gonna get laid? But I put so much time into this.
Yeah.
Do I even? Let's just keep going. See how it plays out.
I have to see the carnage. If I'm stuck, I'm not getting off. I got to see what happened.
Yeah.
And today I saw what happened. It was grisly.
Yeah. Oh, it was bad.
It was grisly. And let me say
I
something
saw
else.
when it just happened. The cops had just arrived.
Yeah. Well, it's super easy to not get into car accidents.
Yeah.
Super easy.
So, like, based on who I saw getting out of the car, I would say it was a white woman and a Mexican and a Filipino woman, which is
The triumvirate.
Yeah, seriously. You are. If any of those three things come together anywhere on a California highway,
Put the phone down.
Yeah, put the phone.
10 and 2, put the phone down.
Yeah, put the phone down.
I have driven on these highways and byways for so long, smoking pot while adjusting my fantasy lineup while I'm on the freeway. It's so Easy to not get into a car accident.
I'm in a draft right now where they draft every 8. You got 8 hours to do your pick. I'm like, this is too long.
No, that.
But listen to this guy. This guy, dude, listen to his first 2 picks.
We can't do sport. We're not going to
No,
do
I'm
sports.
just going to tell you real quick. These are his first 2 picks. Bijan Robinson and Saquon Barkley.
You guys are drafting already?
Already, dude. Already.
How did he get Bijan and Saquon?
I don't know, dude.
That doesn't make any sense.
I took the kid that the Raiders drafted. Genty.
First
pick.
That is.
They had him number 3.
That is.
I'm living
That
and
is
dying on that
moxie.
pick.
Yeah.
That guy's body is glistening.
You know, people want to say, and the spirit of Callan returns. People want to say people say that you want to treat the first pick as a risk-free investment.
Yeah.
Not Sam
Not
Tripoli.
Sam.
Not Sam.
If he hits, I'm good. If he doesn't, season's over. I made it to the championship every year in this league.
Okay,
so.
no more sports talk. So I'm driving by the wreckage. Can I say to the brave men and women of the first responders, thank you for your work.
Yeah.
Speed it up a little bit.
Speed it up.
A little bit lackadaisical
dude,
out there.
If I ever
okay?
run for mayor, it will be with 0 campaign funds, and it will just be almost like a Brewster's Millions type where I don't really want to win. I just want to put out issues, right? Number 1 is like no more road construction during the day.
No.
Everything's done at night when there's no one
Everything.
on the roads.
Yeah.
And number 2, all buses at LAX go on the inner circle, all of them.
Yeah.
Not just some of them.
Yeah.
All of them.
All of them.
Okay, if you're going to make us go to the outer ring, they go all in the middle.
But the problem is you have to implement draconian measures.
Well,
of punishment.
dude, I will.
What happens if the bus goes to the outer ring? You know,
It does. They do.
I'm saying under your regime, what happens? What transpires?
Everyone in the bus gets arrested.
Okay,
And
I
then they're
love
black
that.
bagged and we don't see them again.
I love that because that turns the citizen population into kind of little grenades of revolt. If
Yeah.
the driver starts going, they're like, "What are you doing, dude? We
Get
could get
back
arrested."
in the inner ring.
100%. Yeah, I love that.
I have to voice a complaint with Waze. I feel like Waze was a very inventive thing when it came about. Can you just overshoot me a little bit every once in a while? Because
Yeah.
all they give me is these times that I'm like, okay, if I can make it by that time, that's okay. And then it just slowly adds 5-minute increments.
Poor kid was so stressed out today. I mean, he called us 3 times.
How long you lived in LA?
Like 2 years.
Okay, so you're still learning times.
Yeah. Well, I was in Silver Lake for a couple. Yeah.
Oh, you're LA, so how many years total? And Silver Lake is. Don't tell this guy he's not
like
Los
four.
Angeles.
Like 4.
The
4
Dodgers
years.
play in Silver Lake.
That's
Okay,
true. Like 4 years.
all right. So 4
Did
years.
you say I've been in LA 2 years, but I was in Silver Lake for a couple years before that?
Yeah, that's what he said.
That's what you said, right?
Yeah.
I confused myself.
God gave him a big dick, but not the brains.
Yeah. The blood flow thing
If he
is
was
still a problem.
super smart, would he be here right now?
No. God, no. No, he is super smart.
Yeah.
Hey, saw Friendship this weekend.
Me too.
Very funny, huh? Well, bad movie, but it had some funny parts.
It did.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
made
yeah.
it bad?
Just that it wasn't a good movie.
It just didn't. And then you wonder, how does this get made?
Well, I mean,
And at what point in shooting the movie are they like, oh, this is not good?
well, one of my favorite parts is I can't remember the guy's name, but he's giving a toast, and they're panning away from the toast, and he goes, "I want to say one more thing. I think we should still be in Afghanistan. I don't know why we're not in Afghanistan. Doesn't make any sense." But anyway, SamTripoli.com for dates.
For dates, I got Costa Mesa coming up. Want to thank all the Mexicans who came out to Bellflower, one of the best comedy clubs in the country. Gorgeous little club.
Yeah.
And the Mexicans come out. And I'm going to say this right now, and I'm going to stick by it. Latino crowds are the best crowds in the world.
The best.
Swarm's right there. It's Swarm, and then Latinos don't even want to hear your jokes.
Well,
They
there's
just
a
want you
Venn-
to go around
there's-
and just steal their souls.
There's a Venn diagram of Swarm and Latinx, though, right?
Oh, yeah, they're almost right on top. It's almost one circle.
Yeah, I would say.
Yeah,
right.
Latinos love conspiracies.
Fuck
I don't
yeah.
know what it is, but they do love it.
Well, you know, they've been the victims of
So much.
so much.
So
Just so
much.
much. All right, so listen. Sorry to cut you off on Friendship. We'll get back to it, but first,
Oh, my God. That thing flew. But where is it? Was it real? Was that a conspiracy?
Ooh. I have a quick question. You've said four things since you've hurled spit at me. Not one of them was, I'm sorry.
Hey, dude, I want to apologize on video for some kind of weird UFO thing coming out of my mouth.
It wasn't a UFO. It was a kernel of spit. It's called gleeking. Anyways. All right.
Dylan, I'm sorry.
Thank you. Okay, so Diddy is not doing well.
Oh, dude, Diddy is in deep shit. Look at that.
Dude, Diddy looks bad.
Yeah, they're not even letting him dye his hair anymore. That's got to piss him off the most.
I think like he was like, I did all this stuff. People were supposed to get me out of this position. Why am I here all gray like this?
And dude, you know you're fucked when your whole argument is people are just jealous of me. That's his argument. This was just us having fun and people are just jealous. Nothing happened. And I'm like, dude, that's what you're opening with?
Yeah.
That people were just jealous of you?
Yeah.
I remember when Carlos Mencia, when everyone's calling him a joke thief, he was just like, "Oh, they're just jealous of me." I'm like, no one's saying anything nasty.
No, you look
about
like a toad.
Swartzen.
Yeah,
Nick Swartzen was blowing up at the time. No, not one person said anything nasty about Nick Swartzen. They were like, "Dude, that kid is so funny.
Yeah,
I'm glad he's doing well." I've never met anybody that was a good guy that blew up, and everyone's like, "Fuck that dude." Like everyone, like people love seeing people blow. I'm not saying everyone does.
Yeah,
but when your defense is people are jealous of me, that says something about you.
Yeah,
and how you see the world.
And that was always Dick Cheney's defense.
Just jealous of me. They're just jealous of my power and my hot daughter.
Yeah. People were like, what's going on with the whole Middle East thing? And he was like, I don't know. People are just freaking jealous, I think. Donald Rumsfeld was like, there's a known, and it's people's jealousy for Dick. and he said, I'm not having it anymore. You know? That guy was a real piece of shit, huh?
What's going on? Dick Cheney and his intel on Iraq. Why are you jealous?
What? You know, it's such a bummer that the code and ethics of doctors are more stringent and strict than those of politicians, because that guy has been chest open numerous times.
Oh yeah, it's like I could literally save millions of lives right now.
Just save us. Just nick something.
Throw a fucking wrench in there, sew them up, and everyone's like, "Why is there a wrench in your chest?"
What'd Kramer throw in there? A jujube?
Yeah,
or a junior mint?
Throw something in there.
Foreign object. Just save millions of lives.
Unbelievable.
It's crazy.
And what's even sadder is that guy's gonna live long enough to die.
Peacefully.
Yeah. That lets you know that we're in a little season right now.
A little tiny little season. But yeah, so Diddy actually essayed all those people and did all that horrible stuff, and they were supposed to bail him out, but
nobody can.
Nobody's coming.
And it's almost crazy because like everyone involved in this is so rich and so powerful. There's actually a kind of discussion that they like to do this to brands that no longer make money. So like they're no longer churning out any kind of cash. So it's like, but they're still owed money, right? They're still owed a ton of money on royalties and shit. So they just, bye-bye.
Yeah, Sean, I've got a tea time.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Yeah,
and and the craziest shit is how deep into this Jennifer Lopez is. Like, she is so deep. There's pictures of basically someone throwing out a gun, and it's a female hand.
What?
Yeah.
J-Lo's involved?
Oh, big time, dude. The night somebody got murdered, she was like running away from the scene with him.
Hang on, go up to the headline real quick. J-Lo faces court grilling in Diddy trial as his legal team fights to dismiss evidence from infamous 1990 New York club shooting. Okay, can I say, if the people in the Diddy ring go down before the people in the Epstein ring,
which is going to happen,
I'm going to be a little pissed off.
It's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean,
because these guys are expendable.
Yeah, they're
you
not.
You replace them with new, younger, Placeholders.
Yeah, they're not masters of mankind the way the Epstein list is.
Yeah, and they've really just kind of overstayed their welcome.
You know how overconfident you have
How
to
about
be?
that guy?
Yeah,
That guy's not doing well at
no,
all.
he is not doing well. He has red and blue veins, and that's weird.
Need some mouth tape.
Yeah, he definitely does need
Oh
some.
yeah, 100%. Yeah, no, mouth tape is great. Every night before I go to bed,
Look at that, dude. Just
I
punches
read
her
a little bit, and then I put
kicks
mouth
her
tape on.
in a
Dude,
towel, dude.
I know, in a towel. That's how overconfident he is. He's flubby in a towel.
He's like, I've
kicking a
killed
woman
people,
on the
bitch.
ground.
I got rolls, and I don't care.
Yeah, god damn, he sucks, huh? Well, there's no free lunches in life, right?
Well, you'd like to think that. I think with everybody but
Cheney,
the masters
yeah.
of mankind,
Yeah,
they seem to be
exactly.
able to do whatever they want.
God, that sucks. Well, you just focus on your friends, your family, and your God,
That's the white pill, dude.
but it's got to be the good God.
That's
Okay.
important.
All right. Next tab.
More P. Diddy. Oh, dude, this is my favorite.
Speaking of white pilling,
Oh, my God.
dude,
Has anyone had a worse year than Macron? Is there
Okay.
anybody else?
roll this video of Macron and his homies.
We got, that is Stemmer. What's his name? Steimer
Ooh,
from England.
not sure.
Who's ahead? Ken Steimer? That's where you start. Who's British Premier right now? I think it's Ken Steimer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Kiristama.
Yeah, he's a guy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's.
What?
Yeah, that's him.
He's like a
Kiristama?
Yeah, that's Steimer. I thought it was Steimer.
Well, who is
Stammer.
this guy?
That guy
He's
is.
some kind of socialist, some guy?
He's the guy who's driving England into the ground right now. There he is.
Oh, cool.
And then there's Macron, and I don't know who the guy in the blue is. He's probably the coke dealer.
Yeah. Okay, so roll this. Oh,
Let's get
turn
down.
it down. Turn the music off.
Yeah.
So
Flag
sick of
that.
it. Yeah, flag that.
All right, let's take it from the top.
Yeah, let's take it from the top.
All right, boys.
Yeah.
We're not on coke right now.
Yeah.
Let's talk business.
Da-da-da-da.
Oh my God.
no.
Oh my God. Dude, so you know what he did? Oh, they left the coke on the table.
Watch, dude. Oopsie daisy. Watch this though.
Whoa.
So
Oh, that's Hunter Biden coke face right
Yeah.
there.
geeked.
Gacked out of his mind.
Watch this. So the forearms over the schneefs, right?
Yeah.
Forearms over the schneef.
Let's see if he drops the. Yeah. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Yeah. Thank you. The whole tweet.
They-
Go to the next tab. Now this is
Oh, this
this
is-
is Lucinda. I think.
Oh yeah. Look at those teeth.
Sam loves teeth.
I
dude.
love teeth,
He
but
lo-
even those teeth are ugly to me.
He loves teeth. Go ahead and roll it.
Sweet mustache.
Oh my gosh, she's like my whole gums, and there's a lot of gums. Numb.
You'll be right. You look, we probably had a shot over there. Okay.
Look at that. She's got about a floor of teeth.
Okay. So, yeah, could have been her just going to town on a yoo-hoo and a little concerned that there were remnants left, but there are a lot of there's a lot of
Oh,
muscular.
what about
activity.
Zelensky? That guy can't stop.
Well, you know, we don't talk disparagingly about allies of the United States.
Oh, they're allies now?
under siege by adversaries on this show.
Oh, that's my favorite thing, that she's got ding dong. They love thinking these chicks got ding dongs.
Well, I mean, and you cited it.
Look at that. Look at that. That is a package right there. I mean, that's a package, right? So
Okay,
maybe that's
it's-
where she has her coke.
It's not real. That can't be real.
I think that is. But I don't think she is a ding donger.
Okay, do me a favor, Rye, because Sam, I always balk a little bit at this because Sam's like, they're all dudes. And I'm like,
Dude,
they're
it
not
is the
all
inverted
dudes.
reality. Is
Pull up a picture of Barbara Bush. Just go to the images because she had the build, and I know that we're not supposed to speak ill of the dead. That one right there in the purple dress.
oh, look at that.
Wow.
I mean, that is a brawny lady.
That's a brawny lady. And which one of the kids look like her? Would you say Jeb?
Jeb.
Does Jeb look like her?
Jeb
Who
looks like her. Jeb looks like her, but just more effeminate.
Yeah. I mean, they're all claws. And listen, we love the gays here. This is a pro-gay thing. We're hoping Ryan will come out at some point.
Yeah.
Help the ratings. Get Hollywood behind this show.
Yeah,
okay?
we need a variety write-up.
Yeah, we're constantly throwing every gift we do for his birthday and whatever is some kind of gay sex bondage stuff. We get him, he's like, just give me some more zins. And he opens up. Is this zins?
How about a ball gag?
It's poppers, ball gags, butt plugs. That's what we do. We're gonna pull that little girl out. Doesn't matter what.
And then Ryan says, "Why did you guys get me this?" And we just hold our arms out and we say, "It's okay." Trying to back in.
Because nothing is more dangerous than a closeted gay man.
That's not true.
What?
That's not true.
Okay.
I
mean, they think most of the presidents were either bisexual or gay.
I would say like something like a mortar is like more dangerous.
Well, I mean, if you're talking, we're talking people. This is the people category. You can't go, what person's more dangerous?
I can think
George Bush or a Magnum 45.
Yeah. I can think of a couple people that are a little bit more dangerous.
Who? Who? Name them.
Nah.
Name them. Name one.
Nah.
Why? Do it. I know who you want to say, the big H.
No.
Gay. No. Closeted gay.
No.
Big H.
What is the big H? Oh. H-Man?
H-Man.
You're talking about the H-Man.
Funny mustache guy.
Oh, by the way, we talked about the hit song on the Patreon. By the way, dude, you were like, I think you said like, there are so many songs that would be banned outright. So many songs.
Yeah.
So it's not just the Jays, okay?
Oh! I thought you were going to go to my side, which is like, why is this one specifically banned?
No,
but you're like, oh, there's so many banned songs. Like, name them.
Well, that white rapper guy gets blackballed from terrestrial radio because they think that he's racist, right?
Yeah, but he could put stuff on SoundCloud.
Okay.
Dude, SoundCloud's dumpster fires have rap albums on there. Literal dumpster fires.
Okay.
I'm sure if you put in dumpster fire into SoundCloud, just a plethora of songs come up of just the sounds of a dumpster on fire.
I think, and Big H was banned on SoundCloud?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it should be, but we have differences.
I understand why you think that, but we got to go bigger picture here. Right? Like there's so many songs we discussed this.
There are so many songs that are like vile.
That are played all the time.
Yeah.
Guys are talking about if your daughter's 15, I'll essay her.
Yeah.
That's in rap lyrics. Everyone's like, oh my God.
Is that recent though?
What does it matter? If it's recent or it's not. Okay, I could say, there's a different time.
The cultural compass that we use to measure things matters about what gets banned.
So if I go, there's a rap song out there that says, if your daughter's 15, I'll take her in the living room and essay her.
I think that
says the big R word. When do you think that song came out? Was that in the 80s during all the
probably
Digital Planet
era?
Let's
say 2007. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But nowadays, if let's say a white country artist came out with a song and he said the N-word 50 times in the song, they would ban it. Spotify would say, no, we're not putting that on our platform.
That dropped a million M-bombs?
Yeah. If a white guy dropped a million M-bombs and did it purposely to claw themselves out of this irrelevant purgatory where everyone thinks I'm crazy and they're not recognizing my artistry, they would go, this was done for a harmful purpose and we're banning your song.
Well, I have my own opinions on it. My opinion is that they won't let him see his kids. And if you don't have kids and you will have, God bless, you're going to have a child and you're going to hold that kid. And you're going to begin to understand love that nobody else understands that does not have children. Yeah, you will never understand it.
Yeah, but you can't act like a maniac, right?
So why can't he? So he's paying $400,000 a month.
For anybody who's confused, we're talking about Kanye West.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can't act like a maniac and be around your kids.
Dude, there's literally people who sing about SAing children. They're,
Actions have consequences.
and then,
I just want Kanye West
then you
to
have
take.
Sarah Silverman talking about she's glad the Jews killed Jesus, and if he came back again, she'd do it again.
Oh, man.
and
Come
with
on, she's a
zero
comedian. Come on,
repercussions.
man. Come on.
Zero repercussions.
Come on, man.
You
She's a
can't
comedian.
do that, Dylan.
What do you mean?
You can't do that. You can't do that, dude. Snoop Dogg puts out an album where he's basically assassinating the president. You can't do that,
Well,
dude.
all
You
this
can't
stuff-
pick and choose that, dude.
All this stuff is very arbitrary, and that's where you come in and go, I think all of it should be allowed, except do you think that Sarah Silverman joke should have been allowed?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's where you
Yeah, but
land.
my point is that some things are allowed and some things aren't.
I do agree with that, and it's a slippery slope, but it's not just the Jays. There's tons of stuff that is not allowed to say.
Right. But this is very specific to a group that has controlled most of what comes out in the music industry.
I love this.
Dude, I
this-
love that you're in denial of facts.
No.
Because you don't like facts, Dylan. And I'm really, we should just shelf this J talk and we just let the world play out. And we'll see who's on the right side of history and the wrong side of history. I'm
Okay.
totally fine with that.
Okay.
Because it's all recorded and it will be played back in nauseum as everyone lets us know how stupid we were at one point.
Yeah,
so just
sure.
let it go.
Yeah.
We've set our sides.
Yeah, totally.
People are over it.
Well, can I ask you one quick question?
Okay,
though?
keep going.
When you
Dig.
say-
Hey, will you give him the shovel real quick? He's hitting a hard
Throw it
spot
over-
in the dig.
Throw it over here.
Okay,
Thank
keep
you.
digging.
When you say the Jays control everything, right?
Well, I didn't say that.
Well,
I said music.
that's
for
kind
sure.
of the thing
music
that's going
for
around.
Sure, Dylan.
Yeah, music
And listen,
Hollywood too, right?
Okay, so this is where we get all the time with this. When you go, hey man, there's a super overrepresentation of Jewish people in Hollywood. Now, I don't care. I really don't care.
I think he might care.
Nope.
I think he
don't.
might
And
care.
I'll tell you what. I don't care. So when you press people enough on this, then eventually they get to this thing where they say, well, we invented it, so we should be in control. And I'm fine with that,
Not
too.
only we invented it, we were relegated to this because the people who
We
were
can get
in
into that
charge
discussion as well.
thought that they weren't
But
going to do anything.
We
with
don't
it.
need the gaslighting before that.
Yeah.
Trying to tell us our eyes and our ears and the wisdom of our experiences aren't real.
No,
and true.
I just think that we lose sight of how many other types of people are in control of other things. Like if you look at
Right.
if
And then
you
we
look-
go along the lines again, Dylan, that if we go through the Abrahamic religions,
Okay.
right? Bombs Over Baghdad was an extremely popular song that basically was celebrating Iraqi genocide.
Was it?
Yeah, bombs over Baghdad. We're bombing the fuck out Baghdad.
You sure it wasn't a protest song?
Get the lyrics up.
Get the lyrics up. But the Jews are overrepresented in a lot of fields. Some of them they
Not a
invented.
lot of fields, certain fields,
Certain
and that's
fields.
okay.
And it is okay because
Will you read the lyrics in your best Outcast?
yes, please do your best, Andre.
Where should I start?
Just anywhere, but do it, Andre.
I don't know how this
Do
song
it in
goes.
your best black voice.
Don't just
when
read
no one's
it.
around.
Just
and
read
you're
it how
just
you
like
would read
pissed
it.
At the homeless
Ryan,
guy.
just read it how you would read it.
Dabba-dabba-dabba-doo.
Oh, I'll be there, but when I leave there, better be a household name. Weatherman telling us it ain't gonna rain. So now he's sitting in a drop top, soaking wet, in a silk suit, trying not to sweat.
Okay, so far has nothing to do with the war, but I'm excited to get there.
But it also is in a anti-war song.
Well, let's see, because
Okay.
that's no indication of what it is,
okay,
right?
let's go.
right. Yeah.
Hit somersaults without the net, but this will be the year that we won't forget. The 1999 Anno Domini. Anything goes. Be what you want to be as long as you know. Consequences are given for living. The fence is too high to jump in jail. Too low to dig. I might just touch hell. Hot. Get a life. Now they on sale. Then I might cast you a spell. Look at what came in the mail.
You know what I think might be more productive? Is just Googling if it was what it was trying to say.
Yeah. So that's my
Yeah.
whole thing, Dylan. It's fine.
No, it gets back to what we have a difference of opinion on this.
No,
I
it's
think,
totally. I mean,
think
that's
certain
the show,
things should
right?
be-
That is the entire show.
Yeah, that's the show.
You just described the show.
I think that people are not intellectually capable, myself included, of handling all the free speech, and you don't care if the Joker lights a pile of money on fire.
Well, it's just like I just feel like it is subjective, and it's not. I like my biggest problem with political correctness is that it comes with so much fine print.
Andre revealed that despite the obvious connotations of mentioning Baghdad, this song wasn't really politically inspired. The inspiration came for the title when Three Stacks was sitting in a hotel room in London. He heard some lady on the news say something bombs over Baghdad.
Yeah,
and
so
he
it's
thought to
inspired by a news like that's the best. It's inspired by us bombing Baghdad.
Are you comparing this to?
He literally says it right there, dude.
I know, but are you comparing this to Heil Hitler?
Dude, 4 million Iraqis died.
Sam.
But the point is, Dylan, for every time you could say this is too wrong, I can show you a plethora of things that are on its freaking level that are allowed to be live streamed freely. And now we're getting into picking and choosing. And this is my problem with political correctness. It comes with too much fine print. There is no set rule. If you made a set rule for everybody, that's why the N-word is such a big thing right now. People are just tired of this thing where it's like, these guys say it, and if they say it's like buddy, but if these guys say it, it's like they're burning a cross. Everyone's kind of over it.
Well,
and like, if this guy say it's okay, but these guys say it's wrong, these guys over here can go knock out these guys over here.
Yeah.
And we're totally fine with violence with a word. Society together is, and people are like, dude, I'm over this.
What are you Googling?
Oh, I was just checking out the lyrics of Kanye's new song.
Yeah, pretty rough stuff.
But at the end of the day, what we're seeing right now is a guy having a mental breakdown. Okay,
Who gives a
he's
shit?
mentally look at you, dude.
Who gives
look
a
at you?
fuck?
Yeah, okay, man. You're gonna understand the loss of your kids when you have your child.
If you're a catalyst for a levee breaking of hatred, I don't give a fuck whether or not your kids you see your kids.
It
or
also
not.
goes both ways,
who
Dylan.
Gives a fuck?
If you're saying that this event is so traumatizing and so bad that we can't even talk about it, yet a group of very powerful people are defined by it and use it as a shield against any criticism all the time. I don't like Hitler. I fucking hate Hitler.
You do?
I say it all the time. The Hitler dick riders call me crazy. Oh, you're full of shit. You're all this. He is a piece of shit. I'm not a Hitler dick rider. But it's just like, you can't also tell me that this is the worst event in the history of time.
Hitler is an archetypal figure of evil. And
Right, but he's not the most evil. There's people that have done way worse that we never even talk about.
But your nuance going into like, oh, well, Mao Zedong, yeah, you're right. Mao killed more people.
And nobody
Stalin
talks
did.
about. Nobody talks about what the Japanese did to the Chinese.
That's not true.
The Chinese got the most murking out of everybody over time.
That's not true.
Nobody goes,
people,
oh man, we should be very nice. to
No,
them."
a lot of people talk about that.
No, not at all.
It's not as
It's
mainstream.
not-
You're right,
dude,
but
you're delusional.
no, I just said it. But yeah,
Jews are great. I love Jews. I love Jews.
Me too.
Okay,
Yeah,
they're
some
great
of them-
people.
yeah, some
But
of
this
them are
whole
bad
thing
people.
Where it's, oh my god, I can't even walk to campuses. Oh my god. Well, where were you when conservative whites were trying to speak on campus and they were literally attacked and punched? Nobody said anything like that. Nobody tried to pass any kind of legislation. Again, you want political correctness, but you have so much fine print, you can't even take it serious.
Yeah, no, it's just the history between the two groups is a little bit different.
Okay.
Anyways,
explain that in
let's-
your weird, like.
No, let's move
Yeah,
on.
go on.
Let's move
Exactly. That's why we shouldn't talk about it, and we'll just wait to see how history plays out. That's all. I know I'm on the right side of history.
You're
I
not,
have
though.
no problems with just letting this thing play out.
You're not though.
I am.
When I talk to you about my sister not being able to wear the jewelry that she wants to wear and my buddy getting punched in the face for having a Star of David, you say things like, oh, well, people are finally getting, now it's open season on them too. Everyone's had open season on them before, right? That's what you say.
Well,
but the history between those types of people and the types of people that are getting punched in the face for wearing a Star of David are just a little bit different.
No, to you it's a little bit different because you have that DNA in you, and you're saying that your suffrage is a little bit more important than everybody else's.
No.
When people walk down the street and they can't wear a Make America Great hat and they get punched in the fucking face, you're not. See, you're laughing. Nobody cries.
No.
100%, dude.
No.
When fucking sheiks are getting taken out because they were blaming 9/11 on muzzies, nobody cried. Nobody said we got past legislation. Nobody did.
Yeah.
Nobody at all.
Yeah.
When you see commercials that are shot in Brazil, taking out that giant Jesus statue out of it and not letting it be seen, I'm just telling you, dude, it's not unique. I know it's unique to you because suddenly this firewall that was imposed on everybody is no longer there.
Yeah, no, I just think we should probably maintain firewalls for
Certain
as
groups.
many groups of people as we can.
Yeah, but it doesn't happen. It doesn't, Dylan, and you can get really upset about it and everything.
Sam,
and
I'm fine.
I'm
You're
not somebody
torqued
here,
up to
Dylan,
11
that
right
says
now.
that what happened to your sister is in any way okay. Okay, but what I'm saying here is every other group has gotten tons of shit, and there were laws being passed.
There are protected groups of people depending on the cultural lens that is swinging back and forth.
Yeah, and that's bullshit.
You have a big problem with that.
Yeah.
That's fine. Okay, so we move on to, this is such a fucking, just a bananas thing, and I would encourage everybody to get a Blu-ray player, okay, as soon as you can.
Really?
Yeah.
Go back to Blu-ray players.
I think, yeah, we gotta go back to physical media. This is a notice on Amazon Prime Video.
We reserve the right to remove this film from our platform at any time without prior notice. Wow, some scenes may have been edited to reflect current sensibilities. That is 1984 right there.
And then, finally, attempting to take a screenshot of this can result in account termination.
What? Someone
got their account terminated for this.
Someone said, "Fuck
some
it.
brave
I'll
freedom
die on
fighter
this hill."
did this
That
for
is
us.
so crazy to me. That is so crazy.
So
to me.
it all comes down to conglomeratization. Centralization is never great, right? The Roman Empire was bad. But they did a lot of good things. But when you consolidate it to the Vatican, they start, fucking. That was a bad example. Okay, that was just a bad example.
Mostly the mumble rapping at the end.
So
made it a bad
it was a bad example.
example.
Let's look at health insurance, right? If you have a ton of health insurance companies, then people have choice. But if you only have a couple, then people go, your back surgery, we're not covering it, even though we did. And that's how you get Mangione. Okay.
So
and things just kind
and
of.
have you seen the new thing? A lot of the stock owners of that stock are now suing the company because their practice is so bad. It's now costing the company. Now, supposedly,
Don't touch people's
they
money.
recently had and that gets down to everything. Like when they're like, stock market goes down, they're like, the economy is tanked. It's like, no, it's Wall Street. Main Street is totally different, but they want to conflate the two.
I mean, there is a certain they're hitched
There is
together,
some
certainly.
intersection,
Yeah.
but it's not Main Street. It's Wall Street.
No, but Main Street's hurting too. But who knows? Maybe it's in a little maybe there's got to be some discomfort.
Well, it went
Maybe
up
it's just
today.
a little discomfort.
I mean, my stocks look good.
But the fact that Amazon can do this
well, they're the government, dude. They're an extension of the government.
is so bonkers to me. We will distribute your art. But if we want to change your art, we will, and we won't tell you. And if we don't like your art, we'll just delete it permanently.
Yeah,
also, if you take
1984, dude.
if you take a screenshot of this, we'll terminate your account.
I forget what the department in 1984 was. What can you look that up? The department in 1984 that
Big Brother?
no, there's a certain department and it rewrote history or erased history.
The Ministry of Truth?
Yep. That's just straight up Ministry of Truth right there.
Before we move on to other stuff, please. Okay, before we move on.
I already banged it.
I know you already banged it.
I needed it.
I know you needed
You
it.
came in swinging heavy. I had to get crystal clear,
dude.
in my points.
The one thing that the only thing that I've found even slightly lacking with Magic Mind, I know that the founder James Bashir was a little too amped up on caffeine.
Yeah, way too much.
But Daddy, referring to myself, Daddy, needs some caffeine every
Daddy
once
needs
in
a
while.
lot of caffeine.
And that's why I'm so excited that Magic Mind has 3 products now.
Now they got 3.
3 different elixirs.
1 wasn't enough. 2 was enough. 3, just right. If they have a 4th, I love that one too. I love all my kids.
There is the Magic Mind Calm. There's the Magic Mind Free.
Yeah.
No sugar. No caffeine.
Sugar.
And there's the Magic Mind Max.
Oh, dude, that's for those who just need a nice 3-day run.
Not 3 days, but a responsible amount of caffeine. If you want to focus, get a little amped up, okay?
Yeah.
Go that way. If you want to zen out,
go the other way.
Go the other way.
And then if you want to rocket to space, max it out.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Dude, I once took a max. I instantly got coke dick, and my nipples got rock hard, and I just had all the answers. All the answers.
Yeah, and one time I took the max, and same thing happened to me. So you can like really just perfectly curate.
I came up with the greatest business ideas I've ever in my life.
I took a max the other night. I was at the Roosevelt.
And you got your wife double pregnant?
Nope, didn't get her double pregnant.
2-time pregnant?
I was out. I said, you know what? Playlists. We all listen to them. Why don't we put them on a vinyl? And the woman I was talking to was like, I'm the janitor. And I was like, I'm so sorry and really value your work.
Yeah. Wow. Good for that DEI hotel.
Yeah.
Wow,
they're very
dude.
progressive.
That's actually a great idea.
I've had that idea for some time. I actually think it's a
Why don't we put playlists on vinyl?
Better question. Why aren't you going to magicmind.com/deepwaters at
Deep Waters?
Deep Waters MF.
Deepwaters MF.
Yeah, dude.
Question for you though. Why aren't you going to magicmind.com/deepwatersmf? Okay.
And use the promo code Deepwaters 60.
Get 60% off this Magic Mind
My
offer
goodness.
with our link and code. What the heck is wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
Why aren't you doing that? Okay,
Be a better person.
Yes. Go to magicmind.com/deepwatersmf and use the code Deepwater60 to get 60% off the Magic Mind offer with our link and code. Do it. It feels what did he just say? What did he just say?
Hard nipples.
Everywhere. It's like crazy. Like just do it. Go to magicmind.com/deepwatersmf, motherfucker, and enter in the promo code Deepwater60. Enjoy the max, enjoy the free, enjoy the calm, enjoy the entire suite of products.
And we thank them for sponsoring this show.
All right, let's get to the next tab. This is wild.
This is why my buddy won't fly, because he thinks they're going to nab him everywhere.
Airlines are collecting your data and selling it to ICE. So there is, I don't know if people knew this, and the problem is that no one knows that this is happening. When you fly, your itineraries and your financial exchanges and all of your information are collected by a company called ARC. What is it? What does the acronym stand for? It's like the Airlines
Reporting Corporation.
Airlines Reporting Corporation. So they are a monopoly that has all of the data of all of the airlines and all of the passengers and all of the flights. Massive trove of data. They sell that data to a agency within the government called the sorry, Ryan, can you find the agency in the government that they sell it to? It's not the NSA, it's like the Travel Intelligence Committee,
right,
or something like that.
The Travel Intelligence Program.
The Travel Intelligence.
Oh my God! There's a department called the Travel Intelligence Program.
And it's like, why do we need all these? Like, we know
That was established after the 9/11 terrorist attacks.
Okay. So this private company, and this screams like CIA.
How's my moose knuckle?
Probably not good.
It's good.
Okay, fine.
So this company compiles all this data,
Yeah.
sells it to this entity, this Ministry of Truth. It was created after 9/11, and then they give it over to ICE.
Yeah.
So we had no idea that when we were flying, they were taking all of our info and selling it. And I guess, like, I don't know. Do you have a big problem with that?
Well, I mean, unfortunately, now we all believe all of our data is just being taken.
Yeah, like, are
That's
we
it.
so used to it that because this really, like, it's crazy, but it's weird how it doesn't move me that much.
Yeah, well, because we're kind of got Stockholm syndrome in a weird way. It's like, what can you do, man? Our overlords are going to do whatever they want because they're trying to keep us safe. And it's just like, this is like ridiculous.
Yeah,
It's like absolutely ridiculous. And the fact that, like, how much money do these airlines need to run on time? Like, you're selling our data, you're getting bailouts, and you just can't fly on time. You just can't do it.
not only can you not fly on time, you can't be nice.
Yeah, you're hiring the worst people.
You can't
They
be
don't know
like-
have any they just talk to people like they're nasty because, like I've said 1,000 times, they don't want you flying. They want to get rid of commercial flying by like 2050.
It's so crazy the allowances that are afforded to these companies. Like, they used to be like, all right, if we make a mistake and you have to sleep at the airport, we'll get you a hotel room.
Yeah,
Now it's like, you can have a voucher for a Wolfgang Puck tuna sandwich.
yeah,
If you're getting ham, you're going to have to pay the difference.
yeah. It's crazy
It's
to me,
just tuna.
dude. I'm old enough to remember when you got like the nicest meal you've ever seen in your life when you flew.
Yeah. Cost cutting. We need to hoard, right?
Yeah.
We need to hoard.
And
so you're
like,
going to get Salisbury steak in a hot
scarcity.
pocket.
Scarcity.
Yeah.
Here's some weird like almonds or like pretzels.
My girlfriend's flight out of Mexico City, so not a place you want to be, got canceled.
Well, Mexico
last-
City's nice nowadays.
It is a little
There are
bit.
pockets of
It's pockets. Canceled last minute while she was like waiting in line to get on the airplane.
Oh my!
All she got was like a Holiday Inn that was like 20 miles away. So she'd have to hop in a cab solo as a young female.
Sure.
Get in a cab, go all the way to this Holiday Inn, and she just ended up having to like pay for something. But
I would just sleep at the airport.
Yeah. Let's
Like,
just
suck it.
Yeah, let's just pop on a podcast. All right,
Listen to this one.
next tab.
Next tab. What is this?
First, let's get to the China thing. It's the YouTube. That's YouTube.
This video is nuts. Now,
This is what Sam masturbates to now that he's kicked
no,
porn.
somebody sent me this, and I checked it out.
Scroll
now-
to the beginning of the vid, right?
My theory has been since the start that the population of the world is way lower than they tell us. Part of this depopulation thing is they need us to think there's too many of us. So we buy into it. And it's this giant, it's been a decades long, if not centuries long process to hoard us into these giant cities, saturate us with drugs and alcohol, get us stuck in traffic on the 101. So all we say is there's too many people. It's too many people. And then you go to Wyoming or go there and it's all empty. Well, China is way down the line when it comes to this Marxist stuff.
Dude, someone commented the other day, was talking about moving to Montana. They were like, Montana doesn't want you. Stay here.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy, I'll go to Montana if I want to. Okay?
Yeah, 100%.
It's fucking-
Dylan would be a great addition to Montana.
Yeah, you can suck my taint. Okay?
Yeah, suck his kosher dick.
Yeah.
All right. So the whole theory has been that my whole belief is that they've been lying about the population numbers. Now this woman is real talk with Leah or Leah Real Talk.
Uh-huh. 'Lee.
Lee Real Talk.
Yeah.
And
She does not look like a Leah.
She doesn't look like a Lee. L-E-I. What is that? Lee?
Lee. It's Lee.
Lee.
Yeah.
And everything she has is anti-Chinese. So it kind of is through this filter. But
Fuck yeah, brother.
according to her, and she breaks down how she came to these numbers, and it's like the CCP has been lying about how many people live in China.
Well,
And
let's roll the video real quick and then we'll.
Okay.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to today's Real Talk. How's everyone?
We're
Ready
doing great.
for the weekend?
I can't judge you. I can't speak Chinese.
Good. Excellent. Well, I've discussed China's population in several programs, and Consistent said that it's absolutely not the official 1.4 billion, and it's no more than 100 million. In my October 8th, 2024 program, which is a live stream, I said China's population is around 800 million. Given the 800 million number was still over, even the 800 million number is still overstated. But to be honest with you, at the time, I avoided getting to the bottom of the question because the truth is too brutal and difficult to accept.
Yeah.
I saw someone commenting on that. They believe that China's population is not 1.4 billion, but the 300 million is a stretch. That was the view that I held on for a long time because it was hard to accept. And also, I don't want to come across as sensational by making unsubstantiated claims. So I skirted around the issue by saying China's population was no more than 900 million. That said, a number of viewers have written to me, sharing their thoughts and information on the matter. I decided to finally confront the question head on. China's real population is not anywhere near 800 million either. It's somewhere between 300 and 400 million.
Okay,
Is that
you can
crazy?
pause
You
it.
heard that?
So she goes on to say that COVID killed over 100 million people.
Okay, according to her, that they did this through basically someone at the WHO went through all the data, and they found that like hundreds of millions of the students that they said were in schools were forgeries and didn't exist. Then they said that probably the population of China was in about 2019 around 800 million. And that all over China, funeral homes have exploded. They've just exploded. In this one city, she said, of a town of 35 million people. Think about that one town of 35 million people. That's basically Southern California. That's one town. Okay. China has maybe 20 New York cities, if not even bigger, because for the long time, they've just been moving everybody to the big city. So, and that's just empty. It's like the rest of it's empty. So she said in like 2019, there were 85 funeral homes in this city that was $35 million. She says they've
35 million people.
What?
35 million people.
In a city of 35 million people. She says now they've funded the building of 3 times more of that. That suddenly they've had to have way more funeral homes. She also said there was a guy that worked in Japan, worked in trade, and he has said that the amount of salt that has been exported from Japan to China has gone down by 50%.
What does the salt have to do with it?
Well, because salt's used in so much stuff, they don't have the need for that much salt anymore. Like salt in food, salt in all this stuff.
Oh, okay.
That they don't have the need for salt anymore. So she says a lot of smaller cities lie about how many kids there are because they get funding through that. And they've just lied about just almost all their population stuff, which is a big problem right now for China. And
so you think there's like a great leap forward kind of genocide going on?
Well, I mean, if she's saying, let's just say for the sake of this discussion, what she's saying is true. According to her, 400 million people died from her.
Her was brutal. You remember Tiger King? No one wanted to watch that. It was all we had.
Died from her. I don't know if we can say that on here.
Well, it's so crazy because, you know, The great and powerful and wise and all-knowing Peter Zion
Yes. Has been saying this for a while.
was always talking about how China had a population problem that was going to destroy them. That they didn't have enough food, they didn't have enough resources. There was no way to deal with all of those people. So
Right.
Did they like all those people?
That's what she's saying, but she doesn't say it was a her. She says it was a her. You know what I'm saying?
And what's the second one?
Is the disease, and the first one is no. Yeah, the second one I said is the disease. The first one is what everybody took to stop the disease.
Oh, okay.
And you remember we used to see videos where people would line for miles getting tested and all that stuff. We saw videos of them basically, what's it called?
Protesting.
No, where they would like seal their doors so they couldn't leave.
Quarantine?
No, but they were like, what's the hot torching them?
Welding
them shut. Yeah. So, and you never know what's coming out, but this is a crazy, crazy video.
Okay, so the theory is that China, hundreds of millions of people.
Yeah, that's what she's saying.
Okay, because the Google machine says that their population is 1.411 billion.
Yeah. And she says that is the manipulation of China, and Google is working very closely with China, so they don't want to question that number. So I'm just saying, I don't know if it's true.
Who knows?
What?
Yeah, we're just saying who knows.
We're just discussing it, but it's a crazy video.
Yeah, what are you looking up, right?
Because and then somebody commented about in the thing where they were like, yeah, I visited India and I visited China, and when I went to India, there were people everywhere. You couldn't get away from people. There's so many people there. And then she goes, when I went to China, it was not even close. It was like there were empty areas all over the place.
I mean, if this was really happening, though, don't you think there would be some stories getting out? How would they completely constrict the information?
It's China. I mean, everybody is on lockdown, and they obviously haven't because she's been talking about it. And then she's talking about bloggers in China talking about it. I'm not saying it's 100% true, but it's like I've always said population numbers are BS.
Gosh. If this is true, I mean,
it's absolutely one of the worst things that ever happened in humanity after the Holocaust.
Of course, after the Holocaust. All right, go to the middle tab. All right. This will be the last thing that we do.
Dude,
have you heard about this?
So
there's an article, GOP chooses AI dominance over democracy. And go to the first tab real quick, the tweet. Okay, House Republicans also slid in a 10-year preemption of state AI laws into their reconciliation text. If you want to know the House GOP AI legislative strategy, hard to imagine this survives the birdbath in the Senate. So this is a provision in the budget. And just the fact that this is one of the major issues. You want to talk about Doge and making government more efficient? Let's do this. Let's vote on one thing. Let's not throw in 15 fucking
and
different
it's all
provisions.
set up to just sneak pork in there.
Yeah, let's cut the pork out. Subsection C states that no state or political subdivision may enforce any law or regulation regulating artificial intelligence models, artificial intelligence systems, or automated decision systems during the 10-year period beginning on the date of the enactment of this act.
Absolutely insanity. That is the exact opposite of what you should do in this formation of this incredibly powerful tool. You should not go, we're going to give 10 years and we're not going to be able to stop them from doing anything they want.
Yeah.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
Just no limiter, just burn it to hell.
Yeah, and here's the whole thing. This is being done because they're afraid of what China's creating. So China everything's Chinese, right? Like everything is owned by the Chinese government. So whatever their AI is doing, China's government is doing. And they're like, we can't have these regulations because will slow us down in our competition with China. Like China, you see these things like they've put like 28 rail systems in like Shanghai in like 20 years. You could never do that in LA or in Los Angeles. There'd be so many groups fighting you tooth and nail. Oh, there's people that live down there. They're blah 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 blah.
Yeah. And I mean, listen, this is, I know people get annoyed with me.
Okay, I guess I'm saying too.
Beating this drum, but like, this is the danger of the inverse Manhattan Project. Government-led, private supplementation. This is privately led government supplementation. And the government supplementation is get out of the way. Legally, don't fucking do anything.
Yeah.
That's what they've leaned on the government to do. Basically, we'll spearhead this. The help we need from you is to gut every regulation that could possibly hinder progression. And I get that this is like a big deal. Like we can't lose out to China. It's like, I mean, I guess who knows if we could or not. But the narrative during the Cold War is like, or during World War II, we have to have the nukes before the enemies do.
Yeah.
Right? Now, I don't know how truthful that was.
I got a great AI story for you.
Really?
Yeah. Whenever you're done with this.
Well, let's. Can we read some of this article? First, do your AI story.
So there's this very famous grappler in jiu-jitsu. He's from this group called the B Team, and he's a very famous jiu-jitsu artist.
What's his name?
I'm not going to say his name.
Okay.
So the rumor is he was recently kicked out. And the reason is because he was doing headshots of everybody, right? And he was taking headshots of everybody at the school. And then he would take the chicks at the school's headshots and put them in AI porn. And Gooners are like, yeah.
Fucking Satoshi over there.
And he got, and like somehow somebody found out, and then his girlfriend found out and blew it up, and he got kicked out of the gym.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
You got to keep it on the down low, dude. If you're
How do
gonna
you
be
even
doing
do
stuff.
that? How do you do that? Will someone tell me how you do that?
Satoshi, you know how?
Satoshi knows how to do it.
Yeah, I
Take
think-
your favorite person, put them in this porno.
Yeah. It's not the same. As part of the House Republicans must pass budget reconciliation bill, lawmakers just snuck in a 10-year federal preemption of state-level artificial intelligence laws. Generative artificial intelligence giant OpenAI previously included federal AI preemption and ensuring the freedom to innovate. That is a
Dangerous.
horrifying line.
That is a dangerous line. And you're giving nerds just free reign. These psychopath nerds.
They criticize state and local laws as a patchwork of regulations which risks bogging down innovation
Yep.
and undermining America's leadership position.
They should have put that passage that we just read at the beginning of every Terminator movie.
Yeah.
2025.
And you wonder why at Trump's inauguration all
the
these
tech
people
guys.
were behind him.
All the tech guys.
Fucking scum.
Yeah, they are. And you know, it's like that's why Bill Burr was right. You have these billionaires that are just soul snatching scumbags,
Yeah.
and they work without any kind of like pushback.
And you look-
nobody pushes back. They never get in trouble. They never go to jail. They never do any of that shit.
This is why the government's bad. We've
You love government, though.
Well, okay. I don't love government. They do a lot of bad things.
Okay.
But when your motivation is bottom line and profit, you look at NVIDIA. I think
Okay.
we talked about this. NVIDIA sold chips to the Chinese. They sold chips to the Chinese.
Okay.
And they know that
They know
that we're in an arms race against
we're in a
them.
big arm race.
But they sold them anyways because they needed to offload them because nobody else was buying them,
Right.
and they needed to get around the regulations that were
Right,
coming down
right,
on them.
right,
Okay,
right,
so
right.
that's gross. I mean, that's
I agree.
really, really, really pretty gross. So, anyways, yeah, that's the end of the episode.
Guys, that was a great episode. I think we should make a deal. Can we watch a billionaire baby dance like nobody's watching, even though they got a camera on
Did
her?
you hear? I think this has been going.
We watch it. I know we already showed it, but let's just watch.
This has been going around the horn. Have you heard Santino talk about the difference between $1 million and $1 billion? Have you seen that?
No.
Santino was on Rogan when Bill Burr talks about how there should be no billionaires. This really kind of crystallizes it. Santino was like, "Do you know what 1 million seconds is? 11 days. 1 billion seconds is 32 years. That's the difference between. We have so many billionaires. It's like
during
cosmic
COVID,
levels
they
of
just
wealth.
became even more rich.
Just crazy that this is acceptable.
And then their kids become trans, and they dance like nobody's watching, even though there's a tons of cameras on.
Yeah,
them.
let's roll this.
And dance to a song nobody knows what beat she's dancing to. Look at this. Yep, nobody's watching except for this camera guy.
This is Elon's daughter.
I have no clue. No, that's his son.
It's his son?
That's his son. That's now trans. Did anyone notice that the devil was behind there just hanging out and partying?
Can I tell you?
Right there, look. You see the horns?
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah,
Okay.
that's pretty cool. You know, you asked me this already, but I actually do think that's just quite brave.
So brave.
Yeah, I mean,
It's like anybody's willing to step out and be their authentic self with $1 billion is a brave person.
yeah, this is William Wallace. This is trans William Wallace.
Okay,
right now.
for sure.
Okay. Get in the comments. Let us know what you thought about the episode. We love you guys very much. We'll be back
Bye.
next week. Bye.
Bye.
Welcome to Deep Waters.
Where are you going right now?
So they crank the 5G up, and then we just all get shaken and baking microwave. I love it.
I didn't say that, you absolute moron.
There was no dinosaurs. Those were Nephilim giants from the Bible.
And Lucifer is in the Vatican?
Yes.
Oh, okay, got it.
I think space is probably like just a giant liquid. Build it up, seal the wealth. When it's about to collapse, release the gays.
Are you going to get the jab?
Never. Conspiracy Social Club, aka Deep Waters.